I never thought taking a shortcut home would lead me here. But it did. It feels like I've been walking for hours. The streets are empty, way too empty. But I swear I feel eyes watching me from every corner, every dark window. Then I saw it. Something moving, just at the edge of my vision. A shadow, maybe. I tried to turn, to run, but it was everywhere. The doors creak open and slam shut on their own. Whispers seem to come from the walls themselves. I'm trapped in this looping nightmare, this endless corridor that just won't stop. You were never supposed to be here. If you ever find yourself taking a shortcut, beware, because you might end up here too. Thanks for watching Nightshade Signals. Don't forget to subscribe. I never thought taking a shortcut home would lead me here. But it did. It was just a few blocks, a narrow alley I'd passed 100 times but never dared to enter. Tonight, I was in a hurry. The rain was starting and the streetlights flickered with an unsettling rhythm. That's when I made the mistake. The alley felt longer than it should have. The familiar brick walls stretched into a dark, endless corridor. My footsteps echoed, but they weren't alone. There was a soft static in the air like an old TV with no signal. I told myself it was just the city, just the rain playing tricks on my ears. But the feeling of being watched was undeniable. Every shadow seemed to twist. Every puddle reflected a distorted version of my own frightened face. The streets I emerged onto were empty, too empty. Not a single car, not a single person. Just rows of identical buildings with old, weather-beaten doors. Each one seemed to call to me, promising shelter, but I just knew that opening any of them would be my final mistake. I felt eyes on me from every darkened window, every unlit corner. My heart was pounding, a frantic drum against my ribs. Then I saw it. Just at the edge of my vision, a flicker of movement. A shadow that didn't belong. I whipped my head around, but there was nothing there, just more empty streets and silent doors. I started to run, my breath catching in my throat. But the movement was everywhere now. A fleeting darkness that darted from alley to alley, always just out of sight. The whispers started then, distant and indecipherable, carried on the wind. The sound of creaking doors echoed around me, even though none of them were moving. A sharp, metallic clang made me jump, the sound of something heavy being dragged across concrete. It was getting closer. I spun around, trying to find the source, trying to make sense of the chaos, but I was trapped in a maze of my own making. The world started to glitch, the image stuttering like a corrupted video file. The buildings warped, the streetlights bled color, and the shadows grew long and impossibly dark. I was lost. Completely and utterly lost. The world stabilized into a single, terrifying image, an infinite corridor. The same one I entered, but now it stretched into forever, lined with countless old doors. The shadows here were solid, living things, and a voice, cold and digital, filled my head. You were never supposed to be here. If you ever take a shortcut, beware. You might not find your way back. Thanks for watching. If you want to see more, don't forget to follow Nightshade Signals.